Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and hit the bell icon. Housewives' Teresa Giudice says she doesn't want to be known as the table flipper. For better or worse, Teresa Giudice has been the glue that has held the Real Housewives of New Jersey together since its launch in 2009. While the rest of the original cast departed, she has been on the show for 14 seasons straight and racked up countless memorable moments over the years. However, the moment that sent the ratings soaring and increased recognition for Housewives was Teresa flipping the table during the freshman finale during a fiery argument with Danielle Staub. It's ingrained in pop culture because it was so shocking. There was nothing quite like it on reality TV then, so it makes sense that it's still talked about all these years later. Plus, it's possible that Housewives wouldn't have lasted as long without everyone talking about the moment, because word of mouth undoubtedly helped. In a recent interview with Us Weekly, the Housewives OG explained her thoughts on the moment and how she doesn't want to be remembered for being the table flipper. Teresa seems embarrassed that her husband, Louis Rulis, is constantly reminded of her past because people say he's married to the table flipper. Teresa is ready for a rebrand. "I don't want to be known as that, but they love it," the 52-year-old shared. Of course, Teresa has been caught up in other moments on the show that have caught a lot of attention, but the table flip is definitely one of Housewives' most defining moments. However, it makes sense that she would want to distance herself from it because it occurred so long ago. Teresa's future on Housewives is up in the air for the first time as producers aim to give the show a revamp sorts. Details about which cast members are returning have not been determined, but the aim seems to be to remove the toxicity. Teresa has been caught up in much of that in recent years. Could Teresa return to Housewives? Still, there may be bigger fish to fry, such as Danielle Cabral and Jennifer Aydin, who were both suspended from filming following a physical altercation while shooting season 14. Either way, Teresa is staying booked and busy in the off-season, which is more than can be said for some of her co-stars. She's appearing in House of Villains Season 2, which premiered earlier this week. The series puts a string of well-known reality TV villains together in a house as they attempt to win a strategic and competitive game. Teresa also recently announced her plan to open a restaurant with her daughter, Giudice. If Teresa isn't asked back for the next chapter of Housewives, she has many exciting opportunities in the works. Teresa Giudice, a central figure on the Real Housewives of New Jersey, Housewives, has long been associated with one iconic moment, the table flip. In a dramatic outburst during the show's first season, Teresa famously upended a dinner table, an action that cemented her place in reality television history. However, in recent years, Teresa has spoken out about how she no longer wants to be defined by that one instance. For someone who has lived a life under the microscope, Teresa's declaration feels like a natural evolution, a desire to grow beyond the infamous moment that, while memorable, doesn't encapsulate the full scope of who she is. Teresa's story is far more complex than any single scene of reality TV can convey. She is a mother of 4 daughters, an entrepreneur, and someone who has overcome personal and legal challenges. While the table flip may have been an unforgettable moment that introduced her to audiences, it is not the essence of Teresa Giudice. Over the years, she has expressed that being forever labeled the table flipper feels reductive, as though it traps her in a caricature that doesn't allow for her growth, resilience, or personal journey. When Teresa first burst onto the scene in Housewives, she was a firecracker of energy, a woman who spoke her mind with no reservations. The table flip was emblematic of that persona, a woman pushed to her emotional limits in a confrontation. It was a raw, unfiltered reaction to a betrayal that she felt cut deeply, and reality TV, in all its sensationalized glory, was there to capture the moment. But as the years have passed, Teresa has gone through profound personal changes, and with that comes the desire to redefine herself in the eyes of the public. In interviews, Teresa has expressed how she wants people to see her in a new light. "I'm not just the table flipper," she says. Her wish is for the audience to understand that she has evolved since that early moment in her Housewives career. As someone who has weathered legal battles, public scrutiny, and personal loss, Teresa wants her story to reflect resilience, not rage. It's clear she no longer wants to be confined to a single, dramatic action that happened years ago, and instead hopes for a fuller, more nuanced narrative to emerge about her life. It's easy to see why the table-flipping incident stuck with fans. It was a dramatic crescendo in reality TV history, and many believe it set the tone for years of explosive moments in the Real Housewives franchise. But what about the years that followed? Teresa has gone through some of the most difficult times of her life in the public eye, including her highly publicized legal battles that led to a stint in federal prison, the death of her beloved parents, and the dissolution of her marriage to Joe Giudice. Despite all of this, she emerged stronger, continuously fighting to maintain her family, career, and public image. These are the chapters of Teresa's life that she wants to be known for. "The table flip doesn't define me," she has said, emphasizing that the hardships she has overcome reveal more about her character than a single outburst ever could. Teresa's post-prison life has been dedicated to personal growth and healing, as well as focusing on her daughters, whom she consistently credits as her greatest motivation. She has written multiple cookbooks, ventured into fitness competitions, launched a hair care line, and even returned to her roots by participating in ballroom dance competitions. It's a testament to her determination that Teresa has not only survived the pitfalls of reality TV, but has found ways to thrive despite them. The idea of being known for something specific can be both a blessing and a curse, especially for reality TV stars who often find themselves cast into certain roles or archetypes. For Teresa, the challenge is breaking free from the image of the hot-tempered table flipper and showing that she's so much more than a viral moment. She wants the world to see the woman who has rebuilt her life after hitting rock bottom, the devoted mother who puts her children first, and the businesswoman who has carved out a career on her own terms. Teresa's journey is a reflection of the human experience, full of highs and lows, mistakes, and triumphs. What makes her story compelling isn't the table flip, but what has come after it. There's a desire in her voice when she talks about wanting to leave that incident behind, as if she's ready for the world to finally catch up to the woman she has become. Teresa's wish to shed the label of table flipper represents a deeper yearning for people to see her as multidimensional, a woman who is capable of change, growth, and most importantly, resilience. There's an undeniable sense of reinvention in Teresa's recent public appearances and statements. Whether it's through her fitness endeavors, her renewed focus on family, or her evolving role on Heartfelt, she is actively working to craft a narrative that transcends the explosive drama of her early reality TV days. While she understands that the table flip is part of her legacy, Teresa is also determined to show that it's only a fraction of her story. Perhaps what's most fascinating about Teresa's desire to move beyond the table flip is the broader commentary it makes about fame, reality TV, and the public's perception of women who exhibit strength and emotion. In a genre that thrives on conflict and spectacle, it's all too easy for stars to become pigeonholed into one-dimensional versions of themselves. But Teresa is pushing back, demonstrating that even within the world of reality television, there's room for growth and reinvention. Ultimately, Teresa Giudice doesn't want to be remembered just as a woman who flipped a table in a fit of rage. She wants to be recognized as a survivor, a mother, a businesswoman, and a person who has lived a full and complicated life. In reclaiming her narrative, Teresa is doing what so many reality stars fail to do. She's rewriting the script on her own terms, proving that while a single moment may define you for a time, it doesn't have to define you forever.